everybody. Welcome back to Torchlit Tavern. We're a real play fantasy football podcast focusing on narrative-driven storytelling. What, you guys don't like fantasy football?
It's
like D&D with less
wrong room.
Look, it's not my fault your kicker is bearish and you didn't draft enough linemen.
It's D&D
right?
for Chads.
Yeah,
Listen.
yeah, it's the closest. It's the closest game to D&D that there is.
I'm just tired of the guy that gets goddamn Brady every year, because it's very difficult to beat his fucking spread.
Well, hey, we won't have to worry about that next year. Turns out,
you won't have to worry about that next episode. We're only playing fantasy football today. I'll move on to something else by tomorrow.
Look, man, you hit the right guy with the car. You don't have to worry about it next month.
Once again, we're story-driven narrative podcast. We play D&D. Jokes aside, today playing with me is back to just basics. Our shifter barbarian, played by
Mitch. I mean, you introduced me, man. What do you want from me?
nice, short and sweet.
Wait, hang on. No, I'm a druid. Fuck you.
You're not.
Shut up.
We're going back to basics. You ain't a druid yet.
I want to be.
Oh no,
I
we
think
really
I am.
are going back to basics. He's getting it wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I'm Mitch. I play our druid who just happens to rage and is a shifter.
Okay. Playing with us is also our Warforged artificer and
Oh,
resident
hey.
good girl.
Yes, it's me. It's Ryan.
good girl.
I am a good girl, or at least I play a good girl, and her name is Number 9. Yeah, you're gonna be Number 9.
Oh,
That's all you need to be.
we
And last
named
but
the
not...
last episode wrong. It should have been Mamba, number 9.
Shit.
Damn it! Fuck, that's good.
Sorry,
Jeff?
I just realized.
Yeah, this is why we're going to talk about what we're going to name the episodes at the end
Yeah,
of chat.
we need
That's
to
definitely gonna
put
do
that one away for a 9-centric episode. It's real fucking
Yeah.
good.
Last but not least, we call you a Crestkin. It's technically the stat block of Vidalkin, and you are playing our rogue.
It's technically the stat block of the Simic hybrid.
That's right.
But that's not the point. Yes.
It's mutated a few
Playing-
times. At this point, it's its own.
Playing
race.
the Crest Kid. Designation C3P4. Hatedly called Seth. It's Jeff. Let's go.
Sounds good. All right.
Fishy boy.
So did we spell that J3P4?
All right. I made a
If you want.
huge mistake last time, and I
You
didn't
let us
do
do
that.
things.
No, not that. That I make that mistake willingly every time. The one mistake I made last time was Jeff. Please give me a.
Last time on Torchlit Tavern. Blackpowder.
Blackpowder. Do you guys go deeper into the cave?
Yeah.
No fresh humans or villagers are in this room.
Got it. They have yet to be butchered.
You watch Reyes get stabbed twice and he goes down.
And lean against the wall, suction cupped to it with my arm, still very hurt.
And hi.
Yes.
The Maker says you should think for yourself, except when instructed to do otherwise, by him or me.
Okay.
I will go forward, scout ahead, look for your small familiar, bring back news and probably its body.
A skinny, aged female gnoll. When the Red One comes, they will kill you. We know we must honor Kava's deal, says the large one in the cage. I have regained my powers, you runt. The stone below will make us strong enough to push back.
Unsure if that's a good sign.
I don't think it is. We should probably go after him.
I'm assuming that a 23 hits the old witch.
Without really thinking about it, your feet start moving toward the river again.
Yeah.
Upon the bank of the pool, a stalagmite and a stalactite have grown to almost touch one another. In between the two mineral towers, a small glowing stone can be seen nestled in the space between, a sense of power emanating from it. Behind this pillar, an effigy of bones has been constructed in the vague shape of a knoll, but you also see that Reyes has climbed out of the water, and he reaches out and he grabs the stone and yanks it out, and then slides back into the water. 3 strange colored glows begin to emanate from the dark along the floor, and rising from it you see 3 obsidian-colored fleshy forms stand up. Their skin is bumpy but smooth like a toad's, and they hunch like mutant apes with elongated arms ending in wicked nails. All along their faces and bodies you see jagged cracks from which light struggles to escape their forms, each one glowing a different muted shade, purple, orange, and blue-green light, which seems to be pushing against their flesh from within. They open their maws, filled with massive teeth, in front of a pure void, and move as if making a guttural scream, but no sound escapes. The darkness spreads across the little land that there is. That land taken up by gnolls, demons, patches of darkness, and the growing rubble of the stalactite and stalagmite that are crumbling. Now, a key piece of structural integrity has been taken. Reyes, you have dipped back into the water, shark-like, gator-like, whatever version you want, and they didn't see what has happened. All they know is that it's missing. Technically, I said they turned and saw you guys, but you guys did roll an okay stealth, and I didn't roll against it. I'm going to say that they know something's up, because there's no way for the 4 of you to move down that river in the dark quietly. Mainly because some of you cannot see in the dark.
I thought we were, like, in water at some point.
Yeah.
We were, right?
So,
Yeah.
now what I will
That
say
happened.
is that you guys did see that, but you guys aren't fully in the room, and there is a pool of water between you and what is going on. That's everything you need to know. As they are scrambling and moving around. Ooh, I need dice.
Generally, yeah.
Alright, so... Yeah, I legit rolled very well for them to turn around and see you, so that you don't feel cheated. I rolled an 18 on their perception, because I didn't do it yet, so I technically cheated you, but the dice have saved me, so suck it. Roll your initiatives.
6 + 2, 8.
2 + 3, 5.
Oh, man.
19 + 3, 22.
Alright.
Come on, man. You couldn't even roll us a Mitch?
Alright, so...
No, it was fucking dog
So
shit.
Sub-Mitch rolls are bullshit.
So just so you guys know how it's looking, the enemy looked real sprightly and lively. At the end of last session, I did tell you guys you can have a free move action before we begin. Consider that the surprise round, but it's just a move action. That I did a lot of stuff happening. You guys can take like a position at the top of the round, and I want to ask Mitch, how does it feel to finally be rolling these kind of initiative rolls?
Unusual, abnormal,
Yeah.
fleeting.
Fleeting. He's done it more than once. So, a pool of darkness that is like knee-high. These demons barely stand out because they're not tall. They're like the size of halflings. Screaming, mouthful of teeth, light coming out of cracks in their flesh. This pool of darkness seems like half alive, and the 2 gnolls are scrambling and causing things to collapse. The entire cave is rumbling as the central pillar has sort of taken structural damage, and you guys are to the far west coming down a steep, like, babbling brook that is underwater. It's also very dark, as stated before, and if you guys can't see in the dark, it's going to be a problem.
He's talking to you, Nine.
Yep, top of the round is Aderu. What do you do? One of the last things I said in the last episode was that you guys get a free move action because all that stuff that happened took up a bit, so if you guys want to move into the room, you can do it, or if you guys want to take any sort of move action at all, go ahead.
So Adair's going, Jay says I have a free movement, which means I also have a free action. So I'm going to take my movement to move down, and then using my free action that I'm stealing from him like a bastard, I'm going to interact with an object, and that object is my last oil flask, which I'm going to pull out. This shit gonna be lit.
I just keep letting Mitch think that learning the rules to D&D 5e is stealing anything, and that's great. Pro tip for DMs, just let your DMs feel like they're getting one over on you, even though they just learned the rules.
I mean, you said I only get a movement action, which is unusual.
Risk, do you do anything, or do you just sort of hide in the water?
Yeah, I hide in the water, but I'm gonna just kind of move closer to the wall.
So you moved south, further into the water. Do 9 and little 9s want to do anything?
I don't know that we do. I'm going to. I think we're gonna hold back. We're gonna hunker. We're gonna chill here at the opening of the hallway here, and we're just gonna wait to see what happens.
Okay. Adaru's actual turn. Here we go. Combat has started.
All right.
Cue some cool music, Ryan.
My first round is going to be dope. I light a thing. Then Adair is just going to step around the corner and huck the lit thing over where the things are.
Sure.
Objective is just to catch as many of the things in the splash as possible, which I think is like a 5-foot or a 10-foot. It's not big.
It's not
Sick, our
great.
barbarian has fast hands.
So where are you throwing it, bro? Tell me.
Can I tag 2 enemies with this flask in the splash? Is that a feasible goal? Is there a place I can throw it to do that?
Tell you what, your Molotovs don't splash a lot. You're probably just gonna hit one guy,
Yeah.
but it will
No,
light
that's
them
fine.
on fire. How about that? I'm gonna pull something from 4th edition because there were good things in that. An Alchemist Fire did a lot of damage to the guy you hit and 1 fire damage to everybody around it. But it lit shit on fire, so that's how it works.
Okay, gotcha. So that's just an attack, right? A dex attack?
Yeah, roll it. Roll it. It's a ranged thrown attack.
Which is just dex, right?
It's just a dex and your proficiency bonus. I think you're considered proficient with anything thrown.
Okay. Doesn't matter. I miss. I rolled a sub-mitch. I rolled a 2.
Alright, so everything around it takes 1 fire damage as it ineffectually hits the ground. It jumps to the left, and you see a flash of light come from underneath the darkness that seems muted, and then you see just sort of like little flickers of fire that shoot up. It hits the 2 creatures that came out of the darkness and the gnoll, and they all take 1 damage.
Fuck yeah.
Mitch, do you take your move?
Max DPS. Can I? Can I get past Gnoll Bro?
Yeah, your allies, you can move past their space.
Can you hold a move? I don't remember if that's a thing you can do.
No.
Okay.
You hold your action, and you can dash, but that's your action.
My point was to move up with Gnoll Bro.
You can do that. Alright, this is taking a long time, but I know that you have a bonus action. Do that. Which one are you going to take? Because you always have a bonus action.
No, I don't.
What? Okay.
I mean, I'm not going to throw my axe yet because I still need it.
Sure. Alright, that
I'm
makes
out
it...
of shift. I'm out of rage.
That makes it the 2 gnolls' turn.
This is danger zone.
Alright, a gnoll in the back pulls out a longbow and fires it at... he recognizes his old boss first. I think that you guys bringing him down here, that's gonna be like their first, oh shit, they don't know you guys from fucking Jonathan whatever from the store. Who the fuck's Jonathan?
That was from Jake.
There it is, that's the one, Jake. That's a phrase.
That is a phrase.
Alright, he only gets the one shot after rolled. Bupkis, so
One
an arrow
opportunity.
plings between the 2 of you, Adiru. The other one's gonna go ahead and pull out a bow as well. Fires at him. It does hit him, so your friend does take damage. It's gonna be 5 damage to your new friend. He takes an arrow, he lets out a yite, and so that makes it the creatures that came from the darkness. You watch them all after they like look into the sky and make their soundless screaming face. They're real dramatic. A secondary type of gas, similar to the darkness, shoots out of their cracks and starts to fill the room with a stench.
Gross.
Because you and your friend are already in the room, Mitch.
Asthma.
A miasma is a great word. Good word there.
It triggers
Adiru,
my asthma? God damn it.
Yeah, bro. You need to roll a...
Asthma check.
Yeah, it's a
Albuterol
DC 11.
check.
I need you to roll a DC 11 Constitution save.
That's definitely
DC 11 asthma save.
Your boy got shot with an arrow, but he rolled that 20 on the save, so he gets no shits.
Wow, I forgot how stupid con is for barbarians.
Yeah, that's your deal.
Which is good, because that only puts me to 17.
That's good. That's all you needed. So
Yeah.
you smell this nasty cloud, but it doesn't affect you. You just particularly you, man. You're still shifted, right? You're shifted for like 10 minutes if you want to be.
No, shift's 1 minute. I'm rolling danger zone here. I've got no shift. I've got no rage.
in a real rough spot.
I guess
Yep,
you could say
sure
I'm
is.
outraged.
Your friend, who goes into who you see him get shot, he gets real pissed off. He hops across the water here, moves all the way inside, and fights one of these dark figures. 2 attacks, he does 10 damage right off the bat to one of them. That's gonna make it.
Question.
Yeah.
Is there fire providing light for 9? Because that was a secondary objective earlier.
No.
Okay. Because it's in the shit, right?
Yeah, it's in the
It's
darkness.
in the inky shit? Okay.
I'll say it's dim light. I'll say you have disadvantage, but you can sort of see. It's not pitch like it would have been.
Yeah.
So
I'll
I
give you
can
that.
see fire.
You can see so they're giving a dim light, and there is some dim light that occasionally peeks out of the thing. So it's not ideal, but there is some light. You are in dim light, not dark.
But there's like actual, like, can I see actual
You can
flame?
see things.
But no,
occasionally.
actually, I can't see a fire anywhere, even though he like threw a Molotov cocktail, basically.
No.
Because the fire's in the darkness.
The things that you see the best are actually the dark figures that came out of the darkness, ironically. And that's your turn 9. So that's what you see once you're into the room.
So all the ritual crap they had set up, they knocked that down to kick this off, right?
Yes.
Me and my friends, my little nines, are gonna.
Me, myself, and I.
Exactly. We're just gonna walk forward, and I'm gonna shoot the crossbow, and they're gonna shoot a couple of force strikes.
All right, so you come down the Battling Brook and you enter the room. Tell me where you're going to stand, and just understand that the 9 lets, once they enter the pool of anywhere there's water, they'll fucking sink. So figure out where you're going to put them.
They can be on my shoulders,
Right on. I'll allow it.
Predator turret.
Yep.
basically. And
I'll
I'm going to move up behind Adaru and fire from there.
Mitch,
Yeah.
I'm incredibly disappointed in you because you went for it but fell short of me, myself, and 9.
So good. A 14 plus 4 for me, a 2 for 0.1, and that's not going to do anything. But a 12, I believe, plus 4 for 2.
Who are you attacking specifically?
The closest creature.
Both of those do hit.
A 2 plus 2 from the crossbow bolt, so for a total of 4. And
Well
4
done.
strike. A 4. Jesus Christ! I'm going to live through these 2. That is a 6 plus 2 damage.
Okay.
8.
Damn.
From 0.2.
They're so
0.1 didn't hit.
They are so
The
bust.
broadside of a ship.
So bust. As you enter the room, 9, I do need you to roll a Constitution check, unless you are immune to the poison condition, which you very much might be.
I fucking might be. Resistance to poison.
So roll twice.
15.
Okay. Your sensors sense that there's something wrong with the air. Oh, roll for 9-lit.
Oh no.
Man, only
They
one
have to roll
9-lit.
for poison?
Yeah, unless they're immune.
Damn, you about to be 9-lists.
That's cool. I'll just cast mending. Oh no, they are immune to poison. Damage
They're straight up
immunity is
immune?
poison. Yeah,
for
they're
that.
immune.
They take.
I mean,
they-
it makes sense. They're homunculi.
You're like, oh no, the air is impure. And you turn to your 9-lits who are not breathing.
We're fine.
Makes perfect sense.
Like, what are you talking about?
Reyes, it's your turn.
Ooh. I believe what makes the most sense for me is I'm going to pull out my short bow.
I am absolutely going to make you fire at disadvantage if you're going to do it from the water.
I mean, I'll stand up.
You can't touch the ground here.
Oh,
It
okay.
ain't that shallow. As tall as you are.
Well,
Only I can touch the
Okay.
ground here.
I'm pretty sure that she can touch the ground. I'm pretty sure the problem is that she can't touch the surface.
okay. A 7 plus 5, 12?
The nearest one you hit. Yeah, they have low AC.
Okay, cool. 6 damage plus my 3, so 9 damage.
Okay.
And then bonus action hide.
You're in water. You can just dip under.
You gonna give me advantage on that stealth? Because I'll take advantage on it.
I'll go ahead and give you advantage on this stealth roll. Go ahead and do
Okay.
it as you hide. But also, before you dip under the water, that bolt catches it right in whatever you think its face is, and it drops into the darkness, and you don't see it anymore.
Sick. Okay. So now I'll roll my stealth roll. 16.
Okay, top of the round. Daru.
Woo! All right, I don't trust that it's gone. I feel like it's lurking. What do I roll to see if I can see it? Is that just gonna be a perception?
Yeah, you can roll a perception to see if you can see anything moving.
Okay. That's gonna be an 18.
I
Sorry,
also wanna
20.
roll
That's
my
dirty
knowledge.
20. Dirty 20 perception check on the one that dipped.
I'll give you your knowledge check on the next round anyway, because you're underwater and no one's going to be able to take advantage of it but you, so we might as well wait for your round, Jeff. Go ahead and do it now.
Okay.
But you rolled a dirty 20, Mitch?
Yeah. Dirty 20 to see the one that dipped. If it
You
dipped,
see
it died.
and there's a lot of roiling smoke and noxious gas, and the flames that you assume are still going on underneath there, but you don't see the motion of a creature. You do think that it died because it took a bolt from 9, a blast from the homunculus, and a bolt to the face from Reyes. You think that
Okay.
might have done it in.
That just tells me who I'm stabbing. So I'm gonna move up next to Nullbro, and I'm gonna give him a hand. And I'm going to savage the one next to him. For my first attack with my scimitar, I'm going to recklessly attack, and that's going to be a 20 and a 17. So that's a crit, and I pulled a 10 damage crit out of that because I rolled a 1.
Okay.
So Adaru just leaps up, runs up, and catches the thing across what he hopes is the throat region, dealing 10 damage with his scimitar, and I believe Dirty 20 beats AC.
Oh yeah, no, another one actually goes down from your attack. You and Noel ganging up on it.
Oh, okay. So my offhand attack is unnecessary on this target.
Unnecessary. You have your bonus actions free.
Then I'm going to hand my axe to that knoll over there, and he's going to take 3 damage.
Okay, roll. Oh, you did it.
Yeah. Dirty 20.
Yeah, that hits. Okay, it's the Noel's turn. What's up, Jeff?
This one's just a quick question. You did the new crit rule, right?
Yeah, I rolled a 1 on my d6.
I figured.
Okay, back.
Yeah.
Back
Yeah,
to the
yeah,
Knoll.
yeah, yeah.
The Knoll goes ahead, puts down his bow, pulls out a spear, and goes ahead and stabs at you, Adaru. because you just killed one of its sacred little creature things that it seems to have summoned. Does
Is he close
a
enough,
16?
or does he move closer to do that?
He's got a spear.
Okay. On the map, it doesn't look like I'm within 10 feet of anything alive. Is why I asked.
You're right.
Yeah, that's fine.
He moves up. He moves up.
That's fine.
He moves up
That's
and he
fine.
stabs around and tries to get you.
That's fine.
It
That's
does
cool.
a 16 hit.
I don't think so. Let me check. I need to de-equip my shield, but I believe that's a no.
All right, he does. Sorry, they get 2 attacks. Does an 18 hit? You have a 17 AC.
I think shield is +2, right?
Yes.
Yes, 17 AC.
Okay. 7 damage.
Rude.
Yep. The other gnoll is gonna go and head and fire at 9. That's a nat 1. That's a hit.
Rude.
It's gonna be 8 damage to you, 9.
Okay.
And then we're
Jesus.
gonna go ahead and roll some checks here. Just cause. Oops. Ooh, the fun one. Yeah, that's what I was hoping would happen. Rask, you, from your, low vantage point in the water, you watch the fight kind of continue, and then you also see that the one dark creature from the corner that hasn't been involved with anything yet spots you as you try to shoot, and he comes running around and dives into the water.
Okay.
I was hoping that somebody would see you, and it happens to be just the funnest one. So,
Sick.
what's your armor class, Rask? As
Fucking
this
low.
scary,
14.
this scary demon darkness thing rolls up on you in the water itself.
Love that. Love that for us.
Yeah. All right. So he misses with one claw and hits you with another. That's going to be only 4 damage.
Sick. Yeah. Just take a third of my health away right out the gate. It's cool. Big deal.
It's only
With 4? Oh, man. That ain't great.
Yeah, y'all have been taking a beating.
Yeah. That ain't great.
You guys see the water that Rask had popped up out of starts to churn. You hear it more than see something dive into the water near him, and then you just see it churning like piranhas have started up around him. That's going to make it. There's just the one demon and then the gnoll. All right, so the gnoll runs up with his spear like before. He stabbed at you the one time. He's going to stab at you again. He misses once, hits you with the second. It's worse damage for you. That's going to be 10 damage from that gnoll.
Well, I'm dead. Not yet, but next round. Next
okay.
round I'm dead.
No,
Because I
Ron.
cannot leave.
Yeah,
If I leave, I die.
man. You got a friend. You've got a friend in Noel.
We'll see.
You've got a friend in Noel, though. Your new buddy runs up and starts just absolutely tearing into this other Noel and rolled a nat 20. So,
Nice.
yeah, so he's going to go ahead and do... Sadly, he hasn't been armed yet, so he's still doing his bite and claw attacks. That's going to be a maxed bite and claw attack, though. So he does 9 damage.
I mean, Nolbro must be looking pretty rough. That's he's taking as much damage as I have.
And because I'm going to make it very clear that I'm going to be trying to do these at least once a session, and damn sure every fight if I can do it. We'll go ahead and use a story point because a critical roll was made on my side. And I'm going to say that crit roll, he slams that Knoll so hard into the head and bitch slaps him down into the pillar that's already taken damage, causing the pillar to collapse, burying that Knoll. Everybody else nearby, I need you to roll a dexterity save to avoid taking bludgeoning damage from a falling roof.
It's gonna be really sad when that's what kills me.
Yeah, you do have advantage on dexterity checks because you're danger sense, though.
So he's the only one there, bro. Right?
Yeah, he's the only one near it. And his friend.
It's gonna be really, really sad when I die from this.
It's a DC 11. It's pretty low because there's a warning. You see it coming.
Okay, so what is it, Jay? It's Dex? Dex save?
It's a dexterity 11 dex save.
Okay.
Everybody who already has a story point gets a story point.
Does a 3 + 3 make it?
You had advantage.
Yeah, thank God, because that makes it a 9 + 3, and I barely make it.
Burn your story point. I'll let you get it back immediately.
No, it's fine. I have a 9. I got 9. 9 saved me. 9 saved my life.
What did he do?
I got a 9 + 3.
No, that's the roll.
Yeah,
Okay.
I got a 9.
Yeah.
I got a 9. 9 saved my life.
Good for you, bud. You dodge back as just this collapses. You and your new Knoll friend jump back as a pillar just collapses on top of this Knoll, and he gets buried. And it doesn't look like he's going to get back up. That makes it Nine's turn.
Okay. So is it just the one creature left? The one that's fighting Jeff?
There's one Knoll in the
There
back,
is
right?
a Knoll and a creature in the water.
Okay. I'm going to grab point 1 and point 2, and I'm going to throw them toward Jeff, and from the air, They are going to fire down upon this creature.
Are we calling this your object interaction?
Yes, that is an action. I'm throwing them both
Okay.
so that they can assist Jeff.
It's 2 ranged attacks. Duh. A main hand pitch and an offhand pitch.
We'll discuss what it does to his round. Their round is free to fire, so do them
Yeah,
first.
they get a 19 and a 17 to hit.
Jesus.
Damn.
Are we both submerged in the water?
Yeah, I'm gonna roll those with disadvantage, please. But that's
fair.
wild. You're firing a force blast into water. I feel like there's a lot working against it.
Mid-flight.
Yeah, mid-flight, a lot working against them. They are not
that's
properly
fair.
built for this use. In midair, there's just an error screen on their thing going outside of parameters.
They got a 12 and a 10 plus 4.
Okay, so the 10 will miss. Wait, both plus 4?
They both get plus 4 to
They
hit.
still hit. Reyes,
Hey, Ryan,
as you...
Ryan, I got a question.
Yeah.
Would a wee be canonically appropriate for point 1 and point 2?
That's
Because
fair,
I feel
I
like it
guess.
would be, but it's up to your creative license.
I'm a big fan of differentiating these things personality-wise, so I think they should have a different reaction each, but that's just me. They are your people.
Yeah, one going wee and one going ah.
Are you
pretty
going to add
funny.
a sound effect for us, Ryan, right now? Perfect. Reyes, as this clawing, vicious thing has entered your space in the water, and it's a little bit concerning, all of a sudden you hear foom, foom, like depth charges hitting the top of the water, and you just watch this thing get fucking blasted from above. What's the damage output?
That is a 5 plus 2
Okay.
from point 1 and a 1 plus 2 from point 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, it gets hit like just repeatedly from above, and you watch it like spasm. It does not seem to die though. It seems to still be very vicious, very alive. It's technically still the end of Nine's turn, so.
I'm going to run forward to be with Halor.
And as he runs forward, Reyes, after it gets hit, you just hear right behind you a couple of soft blunk blunks as point 1 and point 2 hit the water.
Fantastic.
Reyes, because you're already underwater in a fight, amidst the bubbles and scratching and fight that's happening with you, you watch point 1 and point 2 both sinking.
Sink.
behind the creature, just behind it. Like one of them's waving, I'm sure.
Absolutely.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. 10 out of 10, one of them's waiting.
Reyes, it is your turn with all of that information.
Yeah, absolutely.
Did you want to roll a
So-
knowledge check?
Yeah, I
You
rolled
mentioned
it.
it.
It was not great. It was 7.
You think there's probably something from the Nether Hells or Dark Realm? Shadow Realm? One of them fucking hellish places.
Sure.
Oh, they came out of a nether portal?
Nether.
Close the portal, Mitch.
With a 7, you're pretty sure it's an Oblivion Gate.
Hell yeah. Are we using the optional rules for rogue?
What's the optional rules for Rogue?
The optional rules include
Tasha's?
steady aim.
Yes, Tasha's is
Okay.
all open. All of Tasha's is available.
Sick. So with steady aim, I can still get.
It's like if you give up an action to do it, right? If you don't move at all,
Just as long as I don't move, I can hit it.
you're stuck here. So I get to fuck you up if you fail, so. But you are at no advantage, my friend, because you've just negated disadvantage with that.
Okay.
You're
Well, it
fighting in
doesn't
water.
matter because I rolled it twice and it was 9 twice.
Oh, well,
9
cool.
plus 5.
Cool. But as I've stated, his AC is garbage, and you hit him.
3 plus 3, 6. And I'm going to try to attack him again with my bonus action.
You already used your bonus action to
Nope,
get steady
use my
aim.
bonus action. You're right. Never mind. We good.
Yep, 6 damage. Oh man, you bury it real deep. You see a flash of light in it. It looks like you almost hit whatever its vital might have been, whatever this thing is. The lights flash a little bit brighter, but it just frenzies a little harder. It doesn't go down. That makes it the top of the round. That makes it Adaru's turn.
So there's a knoll that is still stabbing me in the face with a spear, right?
No, that knoll is dead. There's a knoll in the back corner with a bow.
I am less fucked than I thought I was. Cool. I am going to recover my axe from the knoll that I handed it to in the first round. And,
Just sticking out of the rubble is just the axe handle. It's all that you see of this knoll. You go ahead and get your axe
I
back.
hope so. I hope so.
Yeah,
If I can't
that's all
get my
you
axe,
get.
that's fine, but I would be sad.
That's all you get.
Yeah,
just
just the handle?
the
I'll
handle.
do it. I'll do it. Fuck it.
Yeah.
I have 2 hand axes. I'm going to make 2 hand axe attacks.
Yes. You now have 1 hand axe and 1 club.
1 handle. One handle. Yeah.
It is a club. Yeah, it would technically count as a club.
The hand
Which, fun fact, is thrown and does a d6.
Yeah, the hand axe I throw for a 19 plus. That's going to be 6 damage. The handle I throw for only 15. Does that hit?
Yeah, it does.
And in the bitter irony of D&D, it does 5 damage, more than the axe did.
Another fun fact is axe handles were often used as weapons.
What?
Just as often as axes were.
Sure. Just hitting them with a stick, basically. But, it sucks.
A stick with a heavy end.
It's super heavy. Super rude way of saying hello to somebody. That's going to make it the Gnoll's turn. The Gnoll is going to fire 1 arrow at Adaru and 1 arrow at his old boss. Adaru, that's a miss. He didn't like getting hit in the face with a stick, and it really threw off his aim. He hits the wall both times. Really threw off his aim. Jeff. All right, 1 hit again. Frenzy, claws, everywhere. All right, so you're getting clawed. Oh, he gets a 3rd attack. Shit.
Is it Jean-Claude?
No,
because at
good
least
for you.
Then I could say it's Van Damme.
Well, Van damage this bitch. That's going to be 4 damage.
I prefer Rob myself.
Oh yeah. That's
I prefer
the whole
Hoover
fucking
myself.
show.
5-star frog splash. Now let's go.
I have no idea what you guys are talking
RVD
about, but you take 4
wrestling.
damage.
I said the Hoover Dam.
Yeah. Well, you just take another 1/3 of my health. That's cool. No big deal.
Yeah, I'm going to do it every time I can.
Which now means that's half of the health I had left.
Oh, good. Feeling good about that then. Your Gnoll
I'm winning.
friend runs around the edge and attacks this guy for shooting at you guys. And as that happens, he goes ahead and he does some more damage. It's going to do 7 damage to his enemy. And you guys start to hear a rumble, and you start to realize that whatever was holding this cave up is starting to lose integrity. And it doesn't take a genius to know that this might not be the best place to be in the next little bit. 9, it's your turn. You have 1 Gnoll left who's been attacked by the Pack Lord that's rolling with you guys, and you still see Reyes and whatever that Darkling son of a bitch is fighting in the water. No sign of the Ninelets. They've sunk beneath the...
I mean, they've just sunk, so they should just be at the bottom. That doesn't mean they're inactive.
No, just no sign of them.
Okay, good.
Can I call out to 9 on 9's round?
It's a free action.
Well, yeah, what do you got
Keep
there?
it to a minimum, but yes.
Creature, get the fish and leave. It's going to collapse. The shark man, Seth, get him out.
What about you?
What about me? Go.
9, what do you do?
Yeah, I guess I'm just like a bubbly part of the water. You can see where I am, according to the way I understand it.
I'm going to take those words. I'm going to say, I guess, under 9's breath?
Quietly to yourself?
Yes, because, 9 doesn't really, have breath, but yeah.
Think for yourself. Because he told me to.
Except when receiving orders from Alor or Seth.
Selective hearing.
No, that's fair.
He's got a bug,
Okay, so
alright?
this is what we're going to do. 9 is going to shoot again. 9 got a 13 plus 4 to hit.
To hit what?
A null.
Okay, 13 plus 4 hits.
That is a 5 plus 2.
What does it look like when the null
7
dies?
damage. It just takes him in the throat and he goes down.
Short and sweet.
And
Love
then,
it.
here's what we're gonna do
Hang on.
for
9.
my little friends.
Finally got one.
Yeah.
Like, it's been a long time, but you, 9, finally got one. It's always point 1 and point 2.
It's always the Ninelets. Ninelets are vicious.
I know. They're just gonna fire again. No, they're not. They got a 5 and a 6 to hit.
That matches them trying to hit anything
From
underwater with a forest ball. Yeah.
That makes sense.
9 are at the bottom, which by the time they sink to the bottom, it's like 9 feet deep around here, and they're just like, bing.
Yeah, you
No,
see
there's just
splashes
the quiet
come out of the
Reyes,
water.
you hear it. Reyes is the only one who hears it, and it's not even like a splash. It's just like a bubble.
Yeah, it's just that pulse.
By the time it gets out. All right. So 9 went. That's it. 9
You're welcome
ignored
for that Foley
orders.
work.
Reyes.
Hell yeah.
To be
So
fair,
it's me and
he didn't
this.
say the maker said to do so.
He didn't.
It's me and this dude, right? This smoky son of a gun.
Yes.
All right.
Still no one left, though not that Reyes would really know, because he's kind of caught in a life or death struggle beneath the water.
I sure am. So I'm just going to continue. I'm not going to give up all my stuff here.
Just do it.
So roll at disadvantage. That's a good roll. Let's hope the next one's good, too. Oh, that's cocked, though. Come on, that's cocked.
Anything below 11.
Oh, why? Why would you do that to me?
You hit once,
Anyways,
right?
Yeah, no, I did hit. It's
All
just at disadvantage, my second roll was a nat 20.
Oh.
So, yeah. Woo.
Hey, man, you know what?
God.
Good job, though.
Fuck,
Yeah, way to go.
dude.
Really, really proud of you.
Son of
got
a
fucked, but
bitch.
good job.
Please tell me that 4 damage is all I need.
As I stated last time, you buried your weapon in them, and like it felt like you were so. Basically, I feel like you just pushed a little fucking deeper, and yes, 4 damage is enough.
Perfect. So yeah, I jam that the back sword in a little deeper, and I twist. And does it just like become smoke again?
No. So everything else has fallen beneath the cloud of smoke, right? You under the water with dark vision get a much clearer view. Black and white underwater, so it's murky, but it essentially bursts into a flash of light. It doesn't cause you any damage, but you feel the concussive wave of it.
Okay.
And I will say that it does sort of daze you a bit. But yeah, no, it explodes violently when it's killed.
Okay. So yeah, shocked by that slightly. Have I been able to feel the rumbling under as things start to come down or get some indication? Ooh, that's not gonna be great. Let me tell you. Let me look at my skills. Perception. 10.
With all of the fighting you've been doing? No. Any splashing that you would have felt you thought was coming from this fight you've been having, because it was, like I said, all over the place, splashing water. It didn't seem to actually know how to swim, just how to kill you was like all it really was good at. So cool. No, you don't really notice, and you're still underwater. But that means you guys are out of combat because all of the enemies have been killed. So,
well, what I want to do, since I'm out of combat, I guess I don't have to worry about action economy. But what I want to do is I want to swim down, pick up point 1 and point 2 because I know that they're there.
Sure.
And swim back up to the surface with them probably on my shoulders so that I could swim easier.
It's a real homie move.
Yep.
Because at this stage, I think I might know that there are diamonds in them.
Oh, not because it's a sweet gesture. Not because
Also,
killing the Ninelets would make you an public enemy number 1 to our fans.
Take it back.
All right, so you come to the surface. 9. You were pleasantly surprised to see the Ninelets come up perched atop Reyes.
I actually might not know there are diamonds in there yet.
You have not seen it.
Yeah. So that was just as
I think he saw 9 fix the one that got broken.
Yeah, you've seen their
that's true.
Shit's coming down shitty. So Adaru is just going to run and get his one remaining hand axe. He doesn't care about a stick, and he's going to not take the time to loot, but he is going to grab the bow. And Adaru is going to get the fuck out.
Let's go. We gotta get out of here.
As you guys all move toward the mouth of the cave, one of the first things that you guys see as you move toward the exit that alarms you is that the trickle of water is stopped coming from above. And your fears are confirmed as you move around the bend and see that something has caved in the tunnel. You guys seem to have been trapped by a cave-in in this small cave.
What kind of bow was it, Jay?
It was a long bow.
What?
Build up a scene!
Just
destroy it.
My question is, does the rumbling stop, or what? Are we still caving in? Did that cave in seem to sort of settle it? What's the direness of our situation? I guess is my question.
15 investigation to see if I can find some version of way out or way to break down this thing, some solution to the cave-in puzzle that you.
Yeah, sure. No, I get you. So I'll answer both these questions. You rolled an investigation check, Reyes.
Yes.
your character seems to lend himself toward more of an anxiety, and you guys watch as Reyes immediately leaps to like trying to find a way through the rubble, right? He looks like he starts pulling some stones apart, but very quickly runs into stones that are far too heavy for him to lift. And they look like they might be too heavy for a Daru to lift. Some big stones have fallen in your way. So your investigation check finds nothing almost immediately. It doesn't look good. The cave has stopped rumbling, but it does feel like if you guys aren't careful, you could cause more damage to happen. It seems that the pillar collapsed and a little bit of it settled and is still holding everything up. But like half of the cave wall on one side has slumped in and buried a lot of the battle that you guys were just in. And the water stops briefly, but you can see it starts to like trickle through the rocks. And now your concern is, will the cave fill up?
Behind the wall or on our side?
The water is still trying to come down, and it is finding ways through. Like it's starting to leak through the roof, and it's starting to come down through the rocks that you were digging through a little bit. Not in a torrent, but you do feel like that's dangerous.
Yeah, let's get some character in here.
How are we gonna get through here?
Are we still in that room? We said we left the room.
No, you turned the corner and found that there was a cave in. You can't leave that room.
So is this
okay, so we're in that immediate...
Is this before the fork?
Where does it start?
It is before the fork.
Okay.
Before the fork, got it.
That's helpful.
So that's the situation.
That was necessary.
That's where you are. Reyes just tried to pull some stuff, realized that he can't really get through, and you guys are trapped here. You're also with the Pack Lord.
I was about to say.
Is Pack Lord a good name for him?
I don't know. That's a funny thing, because y'all never asked his name. So, good question.
Hey, you. Is there another way out of here? You, other person. No thing. I don't know. What's your name?
Good question. I wrote that down somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Sick.
Gave me shit about it. Didn't even know what it was off the top of his head.
Well, since Nine asked the question already, there is going to go first, loot the dead knoll for stuff that might be useful, and second, just sort of inspect around the outside edges with Shark Guy.
Sure. As you ask him, he turns to you and he growls and he kind of looks around like he is alarmed as well. And he says, My name is Bozi. Bozi Umdogo.
Okay. What?
Bozi.
No, this is Ryan. Can you say that in just J voice? Because I need to get it.
But Bosi Umdogo. It's spelled
Bosi
B-O-S-I.
I fucking hate it.
And
Thank you.
M-D-O-G-O. It's Swahili. It means mini boss.
Hell yeah.
No way.
That's pretty
I
rad.
love that.
Okay, I'll take it back. I love it.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Bosi Umdago.
Because depending on how you guys rolled through this originally, he could have been the mini boss of the dungeon, so his name was just mini boss.
Sick. I love that so much. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so he replies that, and you guys look around. Since you loot, I'll go ahead and tell you what you find.
Sure.
You find 16 silver pieces, a fishing tackle, 5 pythons, a pound of salt. I'm just gonna put this in the chat. Y'all can
Thank you. It's easier.
argue over it. I'm gonna read it out. You find a basic poison, an antitoxin, a bear totem worth some money, and a potion of healing.
Sure. We'll go over that later. At this point,
Absolutely.
I feel like Reyes is not looting. Reyes...
You know.
Yeah. Reyes is literally like, oh shit, I wanted to leave here in the first place. Why am I still here?
Yeah, Adaru, very calm, starts looting while you talk to Mbosi.
Good news, friend. At least as it fills with water, you'll be okay, right?
Reyes looks over at you and goes, like eyes wide. And actually, hold on. I have...
Is it colors? Did we make colors?
I do have... You made colors.
I love
yeah.
making colors.
So, eyes wide and with the skin showing that you can see covered in spiny, because he can also change the texture of his skin. Spiny purple triangles. He says, "Not anymore." Louder than you've ever heard him talk. So you can maybe see that, like, he is affected by this. A bit of a soft spot you hit there.
This is the only way out of this cave is maybe below the water, because the water does not typically fill up unless it floods like it's been. If it rains hard enough, this will fill up, but there is some sort of hole in the bottom that drains eventually.
It's literally as soon as he says that, Reyes dives into the water.
Okay. Does anybody have anything they want to talk about topside before I Follow Reyes underwater?
No, because I am also going to follow Reyes underwater, and so are my friends.
Yeah,
right.
Adaru is just checking things out. I'm basically going to, since they're dealing with that, I'm just going to inspect and see if there's like some rocks that I think we could move, just stuff that I think we might be able to do to make an air pocket or something to buy time.
Sure. The knoll starts to help you with whatever you're looking into. Reyes, roll me an investigation check.
Hell yeah. 15.
Okay.
Yeah, as well.
You can choose to investigate yourself or aid him, whichever you prefer. In which case, he would get advantage.
7 plus 6.
Okay, so 15 was the best one we got. Risk, you do...
We both rolled 15, but you had so much more than I do.
15 investigation. You find that the bottom of this pool is filled with particulate. And beneath that particulate, as you sift through it, you find two things. One, Mitch, what is it you find at the bottom of a cave like this?
Cave pearls.
Oh yeah, how do those happen? Mitch's random fact.
Dare you, sir? How dare you?
Fuck yeah. Forced.
Wow.
You've been coerced into this fucking random fact.
Wow.
Dance, monkey, dance.
Tell us about the coarse things we'll find at the bottom of this lake.
Actually, they're not going to be coarse. They're going to be incredibly smooth.
Move.
Ryan, give me a real ding.
Fuck. That was so good. You literally forced him into saying smooth and slid a move in there. Good work.
Making us...
Holy
we're both
shit.
making this monkey dance for our pleasure.
Mitch's random fact.
So I've been coerced in providing you with this fact that I'd already provided our beloved Patreon, so call that lucky. What Jay is referencing to is a phenomenon known as cave pearls, which is very similar to the pearls that you're probably accustomed with that occur in clams and other mollusks, and design's basically the same way. In caves that routinely have a consistent source of water and the proper sorts of calcification that you would see to cause stalactites and stalagmites like in this cave, small amounts of granulated particulate begin to pick up the calcification, roll around, and make naturally forming, completely non-biological pearls. Ryan, hit me again.
So, Rask, you do...
Jay's a bitch.
It's not random. That's not random. So, this bitch forced you to let me hand you loot, so kiss my ass. So if you find 4 of these cave pearls, Rask, you also find that in like a shallow bowl, next to the shallow bowl, you find what basically amounts to the rock has slowly had like tunnels worn into it, but it's basically like a solid bedrock with holes, and these holes, short of an explosion, aren't going to get big enough for any of you to go through.
Ryan, hit me.
God damn it.
I don't like this. The back-to-backs make me mad.
Mitch's random fact.
Cave diving is widely regarded as one of the most dangerous hobbies in the world because of reasons like this. It's easy to get stuck, it's easy to lose air. Even with modern technology, every cave that is certified for cave diving has a sign that is the point of no return. And it says, don't go beyond here, because if you do, you die. Which is why cave diving is almost always done roped off. I only did one Mitch's random fact, Jay.
The dings say otherwise. Risk, it's not great news that you find here at the bottom. While underwater, is there anything 9 wants to add? What is 9 doing as you and Rask are looking for this?
I'm just trudging around looking for
kicking up
weak
muck.
spots. I've got the 2 down there looking for anything. Any openings, I guess. Perhaps an underwater cave. See if they see anything. They do have dark vision, so they would be able to see.
Point 2 pokes its head into one of the holes, and the pressure from the water trying to go in the hole makes it force into the hole for a bit, and you have to help him out. But that's all.
So I find these holes. I at least make sure they are draining properly. So that's a thing I do.
Sure.
Like, that could save us
Yeah.
at the end of the day.
No, sure. Yeah, you pull out some muck. You pull out, you fucking move some probably knoll feces. Who the fuck knows?
Does a knoll shit in a cave?
Probably. They're not very clean. Speaking of knolls that shit in a cave, up top...
Detritus is a good word, Jay.
Detritus is a great word, and it's so vague. Up top, you and Bossy are moving some detritus, and he looks to you, he's like, you are very calm.
Yes. We live or we die. The only thing governs that is our actions. Keep cool head, make better actions. More likely live, less likely die.
Do they know what you are?
Yes, I am Halor, their ally and warfighter.
Sure.
Do they know what you are either, my friend?
I have been very upfront with your friends.
You are my friend, ally and warfighter.
How are we?
Is what I say.
He helps you move rocks. You guys move rocks, but you don't really, you can't find another way out. Not at first. In
Okay.
fact, it takes a while. Reyes, do you and Nine come back up?
Yeah, I 100% come back up because I need to breathe.
Yeah,
She
you
doesn't.
Yeah, you can't breathe
But-
underwater.
So I come back up and say, so it was bedrock, right? There's no way that's breaking without a tool.
Not without tools, not without some sort of explosion.
I come back up and say, holes not large enough for exit, only for drain. How high is the ceiling?
It's like a bubble, so at the center of it all, where it's caved in a little bit. So what was the center has like a mound of dirt now, but at the center originally it was like a 9-foot tall ceiling that bubbled down. So
Okay.
toward the edges,
So I'll
it's...
just look at I'll just want to stand on the land and look in the ceiling because I'm pretty tall, so I don't have to climb up there to look at it. I'm just going to investigate the ceiling.
That is, not great news. We are having trouble here as well.
Bad news indeed.
His 9 and the 9-lits come back up,
Yes.
right?
Yeah, we'll come back up.
Okay.
I
Well,
have
when
them
they
both in my hands as we resurface.
when they come back up, your little ones, the thing with the hands. What is that? It's magic. What? How does it work? Could we use that to damage walls or something?
I mean, they could, but they just shoot, like, force. It's not really, I mean, do we need, like, an explosion or something?
Not something so crude as a large explosion. That would be dangerous. It'd bring more rock down than move, I think.
Explosion may be the only way out.
It may be.
Reyes, because you have moved kind of up the slope toward the roof, one thing does happen when you get closer to the ceiling. You get a little bit of service, apparently, with your Yoon phone. 2 things happen. 1, we of course get the stupid Yoon phone thing that says, hey, welcome to Yoon phone, and fucking ads play. Hi, welcome to Yoon phone. The Yoon phone is a powerful device brought to us by the diligent work of the Apotheosis program. A Primacy Yoon phone is an incredible tool. It allows you to send and receive messages, sendings, and commercials such as this one. Tell your friends that even though they aren't in the military, they too should get a Yoon phone. Now available for public purchase. The Yoon phone is connected to the network. The network allows you to purchase and order different products that we will sell you at a premium through the Yoon phone service. Here's a commercial for one of the many products that you can find through the Yoon phone right now.
Is that hump day getting bigger and bigger every time? Are you wondering, hey, where can I go and just kick up my feet after a long day at work? Well, swing on by the Torchlit Tavern Twitch channel every Wednesday at around 7 to 7:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time to enjoy many great shows hosted by Jeff. The Gentleman Skeleton and the Master of Twitch leads a merry band of adventurers through Wacko Mundo every alternating week. In between those stories, on those Wednesdays, we have No Dice, where we talk D&D in all the various ways that it comes to us. So swing on by Torchlit Tavern's Twitch and have a ball.
And then once you do that, they give you your service back, and you have 2 messages that you have apparently gotten since you have come down into the dark. One of which
Yeah.
is a message from Darbin. And it says, management made me give your number to V. Sorry. And then the next message is one from Vivaldi. And all it says is, where is my goddamned golem?
Yeah, I assume when I looked at the ceiling, there was nothing viable there either.
No, it definitely caved in. You're afraid to touch it too much because you feel like it could cave in further.
So I'll take the Yun phone, call Vivaldi, I guess.
Sure.
Call him back.
That's interesting.
Because this seems like my only real viable option.
Steph, you have plan with that thing? Or...
It's a communication device.
Maybe you can call for help.
Yes. And then I look at 9 and I say, Number 9, come here, please.
Okay, what do you need?
9 walks up to me, and I'm calling Vivaldi right now.
Sure.
I go, Vivaldi wishes to speak to you.
It comes out all staticky at first until 9 gets closer, and then it kind of comes better into focus.
Where the hell are you?
Hi. We're in a cave.
We are zeroing in on your position now. Do not move.
Yeah, we're stuck behind a lot of rocks fell down, and now we can't get out.
Why?
You mean, huh?
Why are you there?
Because the people were here.
I see.
There's 2 of them alive.
Stay put. We will use your Yun phone to find
At
you.
least, I'm not sure anymore, because they're on the other side of the wall.
I do not care. 9, are you alright?
Mostly.
All of your parts, are they still there?
Oh, yeah, operational.
Good.
Damaged, but okay.
Stay put.
He hangs up.
And I put the Yun phone back away.
So
He said,
we...
Vivaldi said to stay put. They're trying to track us via the phone. I don't know how they're gonna get through. Like, rocks. They said to stay.
It is our only option as far as I can tell.
Unless you guys do something drastic. You get a long rest.
We have plenty of options. They are just all fatal.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
After he says all of our options are fatal, Reyes' skin gets covered with the blue and black hexagonal pattern, and he takes the deepest breath in and slowly breathes out.
I found what frustrated looks like.
9 is gonna go take point 1 and point 2 into like a corner, and I'm just gonna sit down on the ground cross-legged, and we're just waiting. I'm actually gonna take out some tools and just start like tinkering on 1 and 2.
I'm gonna move into what feels like the safest part of the room, whatever that is, and stick myself
It's
partially.
kind of a big circle.
Yeah. Like probably somewhere near the edge.
Adera is
You know?
going to rest, because it would be really dumb not to. But we can talk while we rest. And so Aderu, and he's going to talk to Nullfriend. And, yeah, I don't need to do a whole conversation. We can do as much of that in RP as you want. Basically, Aderu is just going to ask him some sort of pointed questions, and he's trying to feel out if this is a guy that he should let leave this cave or not. Meaning, in Aderu's sense of priorities, could I take him in a fight? And is he working for the primacy? And can I sort of weasel him away from that to pivot him against the primacy?
So I think if you're trying to kind of figure him out and get that sort of information, my question
Insight?
is less to do with, you are about to spend 8 hours with this person. I'm going to give you all a long rest. And I think that over the course of 8 hours...
in this cave.
Yes, you were about to. It starts to get wetter and fuller of
Sick.
water as the time goes on, and over the course of that 8 hours, I think that Aderu has shown himself to be savvy enough to get what he would want from this conversation. My question to you is, how do you have this conversation in a small cave with the other 2 around? And what do you say to him? Like, because it sounds to me like that's a conversation you kind of want to be careful with around Reyes and 9.
Yeah, sure.
Right, because they don't...
I mean, I will give you that there will be parts of that conversation where Reyes will probably be like cycling through sleep because he's like
Bad.
kind of like an assassin and a spy. So like he doesn't take 8 straight.
Yeah. Actually, let me toggle my long rest before I fuck up and roll into the next fight with 5 HP.
Yeah, get that done.
Get that fixed before
If
I
I
fuck
say
that
the
up.
wrong thing in this conversation and he fights me, know that I did it at the last 8 hours.
Yeah, I have since done whatever little repairs that 1 and 2 needed, and I am now repairing myself.
No, there's just gonna be very open and blunt about it. So before the unfortunate business with the witch taking over your pack, you are ally of the primacy, yes?
Yes.
It is only the actions of this other one that caused these issues?
Yes, I thought that you, having been given directions from the Red One, that you probably would have known what 9 said. 9? Is that correct?
The metal thing? It is called 9, yes.
Yes.
The little ones are 1 and 2. I cannot tell you which is which. They're the same to me.
You are primacy soldiers. I have worked with the Inquisitors before. I do what they say.
Yes, of course. That's why you were engaged, because these other ones did not want to. Apologies about your friends. We did not know better.
They were not my friends.
Well, the witch said the other ones were. My mistake.
I'm not sentimental.
It's good to know. What is your arrangement with primacy? If I may ask, I do not wish to pry too much, but I was not aware that you are a potential ally to us.
Is everyone else listening to this conversation, or is this a quiet conversation in a corner?
This is, for Aderu, just a conversation. He's not being,
I guess,
loud or quiet about it. He's just chatting.
yeah, as it goes forward, I guess if anybody is interested in what's being said, roll perception. If you're not being particularly quiet, it's a low DC, but that's up to y'all. He continues talking. If you guys beat a 12, you hear all of this.
I beat it.
I rolled. I hear it.
Okay.
Because I imagine at a certain point it just piques my interest, so I don't go back.
Yeah,
to
maybe
sleep.
you don't hear, because like I said, he's been working up. They've been talking. He's been kind of getting to know him over like an 8-hour course. This is just the meat of it.
I do what we are told to enter an area, kidnap, kill, attack, cause problems. And that's what gnolls are good at, so they do what I say most of the time. They don't question it. But I'm pack leader because I am the strongest. And I work under Kava.
Yes, you mentioned name before. This Kava. I hope Kava was not here. If he was, I have bad news for you.
No, he was not here. If he was, you'd have died.
Ah, then good news for us. You work with primacy out of free or for a fee? Why you work for them, man? Like you say, is what gnolls are good at anyway. Why not just do what you do?
The primacy is taking over the free world. Gnolls have no world. If I work with the primacy, Kava dreams of a place for gnolls similar to that of the orcs. The orcs have taken a place for themselves. It's the gnolls' turn.
Oh, your own nation. Makes sense.
I don't know if we were ever suited for something like a nation, but currently we live in holes, causing death, being attacked by everyone because we are little more than monsters, and rightfully so.
There's no reason not to have nation, or home, as you say. Big hole, so to speak, yes? Take a chunk of woods, or fields, or whatever. You're a large, intimidating creature. I feel like you not need the oversight of primacy. I appreciate your help, though. Thank you.
He squints his eyes at you.
You have no idea what it is like to live as a monster in the woods, then.
At this point, Aderu leans in, and he says, quietly, deliberately quietly, I assure you, my friend, I am a monster they speak of more than you in many towns. But it's good to have you by our side, Aderu says, leaning back and, changing cadence back to his fake-ass bullshit.
So he glances at your friends, and he glances at you, and it's, he has seen through your ruse, so to speak, but he has no idea where that lands him in this new hierarchy of the world. And he gets pretty quiet for the rest of the rest. You guys have just gained a long rest. You guys have also done enough stuff to get to level 3. Now
I fight him.
Before you get all into that, I will
now
say
that I
this.
leveled up, now I fight him.
Yeah, good timing. One thing I'll say though is
Fantastic.
I want to, when you guys level up, particularly big level ups, right? You just reached your archetype. I do want there to be a sort of story beat to that. So before we get into any of the new abilities and the ones you pick, I would like to hit one, like a story moment that sort of demonstrates that new learning or that new knowledge, okay? But otherwise, for all intents and purposes, you guys are level 3. You can go ahead and do what you need to do, make your adjustments, and at the end of 8 hours, the water is starting to fill in. You guys no longer can sit anywhere on the ground. You are having to tread water, and there's only like a foot or two of air left when you start to hear the sounds of picks.
Even though I tried to make sure it drained properly?
Yeah, it did, because whatever's happening, it's raining a lot. There's a big storm up top.
You're a fish, not a plumber.
It helped. It helped a lot. You guys are not in danger, and it seems that you can hear people above. You start to hear the sounds coming through the rocks of a team and pickaxes and stuff happening, and just somebody's trying to get to you. It's good news.
I walk over to them with point 1 and point 2 in hand.
So I've been tinkering with 1 and 2 a little bit, and I found out that I can
Jay, if you're cool with this.
Maybe? What are you doing?
I can blow them up if necessary.
All right, maybe I'm cool with it, but what's your take on how are you doing that? Is that a artificer thing, or are you just asking if you can pull it off?
I'm asking if I can do that. Can I self-destruct them?
Do you have a story point?
Yes, 2 of them, in fact.
You can't save them. You only ever get one.
Technically, yeah.
1, in fact.
With a
stop
story
telling me to
point?
mark it every time you use one, then.
Start using them more.
No,
That
this
being said-
cagey bitch said everyone mark a story point. Oh wait, haha, you already have one.
I did. I'm an asshole.
I heard it.
You have a story point. Yes, you can. You can do it. You can cause things to blow up. Now, things about story points that I do want to make clear. That's a thing now. Your dudes can blow up. It can be done. That is a fact that will now be a part of our tale.
Okay.
Bear that in mind.
They can be detonated.
Yeah, I might play on that again later.
Okay. For
You
sure.
know.
Yeah, I will officially use a story point. These 2 can now, if I choose to do so, they can self-destruct.
I don't know if it'll be necessary because we can kind of hear them now coming for us, but I found out a way to make them self-destruct, and they're okay with it. Yeah.
That is fantastic information, but I think maybe we keep that between us to protect them.
Okay. It's not. It might help get through all these rocks if necessary.
I'm uncertain if we have enough space.
It's not that big of an explosion. It's more like 2 small grenades.
And what of the stones within them?
That I don't know. I imagine that I will have to roll to see what happens to them.
Maybe something like that. Yeah, that sounds like a fair assumption.
Yeah, that's real meta.
Yeah, a little bit meta. 9, knowing about rolls. But that's
Yeah,
fine.
no, I wasn't gonna. Yeah, no. I assumed I would have to roll on that, but I figured either they would likely they'll be gone until like I find more, but whatever.
Yeah. So, you guys hear the pick swing. The water's starting to fill in. You are actually concerned that maybe you will have to detonate one. But then a ray of light comes through in the side of the cave. A little beam of murky, dark storm cloud light, but it's far brighter than anything you guys have seen in this dark hole in the past 8 hours. So it hurts your eyes regardless.
I would like to note that if they ever both have to simultaneously self-destruct, they will do a fusion dance.
Can't wait.
Sick.
Explosion.
The picks start to swing, and you hear Vivaldi's voice through the hole.
Do it quicker, faster. Get my golem out of that hole. Now.
And you hear quicker. It seems like more team have gone up, and then the hole gets about big enough for somebody to come out.
Get us
And-
out!
Yeah.
Got too much soul to be put in a hole.
Is that really what you say in
No,
character?
not at all.
Okay.
The bear
just-
vomits in his mouth a little bit.
All right, stop. Who is down there?
Your operatives that you sent into the hole.
It's all of us and a null.
Did you find the villagers?
Yes, we found the survivors. I don't know their current state. They
Yeah,
were
we
sent
got
out
stuck here without
before.
them.
Anyone else?
Kick us out.
This is null.
I suspect this is an inopportune position for debrief. We are struggling here. I think best if we discuss outside.
9, you first.
What?
Come out.
More picks hit. It widens the entrance, and then he calls out, and then a bunch of arms kind of sink down into the hole, reaching down to help anybody out.
I
Perhaps 9 would be best out last, as it can help the rest of us and does not suffer the imminent threat of drowning.
I promise you that if 9 takes too much time to get out, Reyes gets the fuck out of there.
Because he can. He could just out.
Because he can just fucking get out. And if I have to roll stealth to fucking try to get past these people...
I know how this goes. I'm just cutting through this. 9 doesn't move because no one said make or says... And Reyes jumps into those arms and gets yanked out of the hole, followed quickly by Vivaldi's angry voice. 9, I said you first!
No. The Maker says, get out of the hole.
You didn't even really have to do that. I was just picking up 1 and 2, but okay.
I walk out of the hole.
Reyes throws his wet cloak over his body and walks off.
So a couple more hands do reach down in the hole, though no one told them to. Adaru, or do you go up next?
Yeah.
I walk out through the hole and I wave at every person there. And so does 1 and 2.
Adaru has nothing in particular against this. He's just exiting because he didn't get buried in the hole, so it's already better than he thought was going to play out.
As you guys move away from the hole, you hear one of the men who were digging cry out, "There's something else down in here!"
I help Brohan. No, bro. Brono?
Brono? Bosie?
Brono?
Bro!
I help out Brono.
If you reach down, you say, Vivaldi grabs you by the arm before you can reach down, and he says,
Thought you said no one else was in the hole.
No, I said there was an all.
I said your operatives were.
Men,
Should
step
we
back.
not take this... Should we not take this prisoner... more loudly. Should
No.
we not take
No,
this
no.
prisoner for questioning?
No, help him. Men, step back. We don't know what is in there. Hello, help.
We don't? I thought you said he works with us. Or at least that's what he said.
9, the Maker says to be quiet.
Halor has a rope. It's in my inventory somewhere. He lowers the rope in.
all right,
Come, prisoner. Let us discuss your termination. And he lowers the rope to the knoll.
Vivaldi takes a step back, lets you get the knoll out, and then cries out,
Men, it's a knoll. Kill it.
You hear a lot of muskets cock, and the sound of cacophonous fire. As he crests the hill, Bosie is torn apart by musket fire.
Adaru removes his ears and rejoins the grouping.
Vivaldi watches you walk away.
Good job. You have cleared all of the knolls. May I ask why you came out here to the woods without my express orders?
We were ordered by our superior officer to do so.
Which one?
It was an inquisitor. Forgive me, I am unfamiliar with discerning your facial features, but it was one of the horned ones, higher ranking, like yourself. Is not my job to follow what orders they give?
Well done. We'll talk about it more later.
Of course. And he jingles his ears, and payment, as discussed.
Is Foe not with them?
You don't see Foe.
Okay, cool.
I'm not gonna put my homie on blast like that yet. Maybe later.
Yeah, you don't see Foe.
That might be a point of concern for some of you,
It is.
not for Reyes.
It is. But
You guys march back to the town of Freehill in the rain. Eventually, you come back upon the town proper. Do you just kind of go in silence? It's been a long time in a dark hole. How y'all feeling?
fake it till you make it, baby.
Reyes absolutely goes silently. And again, he's got his cloak on, his hood's up. He is ahead of everybody. It is the same old routine, as always.
My friend Seth, please come join me and some of the men. Let us go, have drinks. Let us rejoice in victory today.
As you do make it back into the town, as he says that to you, you guys take back in the town. And one of the things that it seems that the primacy soldiers have set up shop. You see several tents, one of which you see that they have somebody who is bringing a cartload of what appear to be books to this tent. You know that those books are going to be looked through, searched for material that the primacy does not deem acceptable for for dependency civilians to have. You also see that somebody is registering everyone's weapons. You see that some of the weapons are being taken away. Basically, the primacy has entered and everyone is now going to be under their protection, bureaucracy, and control. Outside of the tavern that you guys went into the first time, you see a man in grubby, ragged clothes can be seen at the corner of a stable building. A crowd is gathered in front of him.
The armies of the primacy have arrived.
just in time to save us from this Knoll menace. Strange to me that the Knolls appeared and a contingent of men happens to show up so soon, huh? Mere weeks after no sign of Brian soldiers for a year. But protected us they have, so long as we pay them in as much muddy, grain, sweat, and blood as they can wring from us. I ask you all to keep your feet. They may have rifles, but they'll never have the stones that match the men and women of Free Hills. You see Foe, with a few of some other men, nod at a contingent of soldiers that he's with, and then at the proselytizer. But as they move forward, you see that the crowd grows tense, and it feels instantly as if one false move could bring this whole town to a rage. And the men here would be outnumbered, despite their firepower.
Reyes observes this and literally walks past it. Makes a mental note,
Sure.
but straight into that tavern.
Sure. You and, I'm assuming Adaru, because Adaru's like, let's go get a drink, right?
Yeah, Adaru is like, he's just casting a net on as many soldiers as he can get into the tavern.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's running party, bro.
Since you guys don't get involved, you hear Vivaldi kind of order Foe to stand down, and he kind of gives him a nod like, we'll deal with this in a second.
I'm standing behind Vivaldi.
Yeah, Vivaldi has actually made it very clear that he wants to be near you. He seems concerned with the fact that you went away so far away from him into such a dangerous area.
When Halor was like, yes, let's go celebrate, Reyes' eyes, his big bulbous eyes, narrowed, and he had that blue-black hexagonal pattern again.
That's my color.
Then,
it's my colors. They're mine now. How long before he just sees Halor enter the room and that's a default?
Yeah, right?
This fucking guy.
It may not be long. We'll see.
So as you guys head back into the tavern, actually, just real quick, does 9 want to do anything, or is she sticking with Vivaldi?
9 is sticking with Vivaldi and continuing to be silent like I was told to be.
Right. So as you guys go back into the tavern, you do catch the name of the tavern, which is something that you kind of skipped over last time, because I hadn't named it yet, but I'm going to call it the Gar's Sun, and there's a picture of a fish. You know, a gar? So the Gar's Sun is the tavern. As you enter it, citizens of Freehill can be seen drinking away their new and old worries. You also see a large group of ranking primacy soldiers who appear to have been given leave. The entire tavern is filled with potential energy, everyone staring at one figure who holds their attention. In the center of the room, a towering, dark-skinned, muscular human or half-elven man stands, sweating, with his shirt off. In one hand, he holds a massive flag and a veil. In the other, he brandishes a turkey leg. He seems to be mid-story of some kind as he takes a huge quaff of ale and breathes heavily before speaking in a booming voice.
Much time had passed. So much that even gods forget the things that matter. Petty fighting and oceans of time can change a family. Eventually, the material plane became the staging ground for much battle and power grabbing, often leading to battles between the very gods themselves on some far-off battlefield plane. Gods are very hard to kill, but take enough tries at something and sooner or later it will come to pass, whether you meant to or not. The death of a god is rare, but it is felt throughout the cosmos. The fibers of the very world shake as everything remembers that it came from the same source. And eventually those fibers shook so much that they loosened. Strands from the many worlds began to weaken, and the prison that held Demiurge lost its security. Not much, mind you, but enough. Demons began to find themselves on the material plane, channeled through the magic and dreams of mortals. And more, Demiurge himself began to whisper. He sought those of alien mind, whom he cried to for freedom. Those who would undo the world if given the chance. A chance he promised. Eventually someone answered. A man whose name is lost, for secretly he listened to the Creator's whispers, and secretly he went about a dark mission. A mission that would free Demiurge from his eternal prison. But for every villain, there always, with luck, is a hero. And in this case, a small group of forgotten heroes got wind of the madman's plot, and followed him to a high mountain, where he would have completed his dire deed, finally finishing what would have been finished back at the dawn of creation. But in the struggle, much power was unleashed. A portal to Demiurge's prison was opened and shut.
and while the heroes did win, they could not completely stem or divert the tide of magic and power that had briefly been uncorked. And in an instant, Demiurge was thwarted, and the heroes, and many across Shar, were destroyed in a terrible magical blast. Only a few alive were left knowing what these heroes had done, and all of them knew better than to let any information about Demiurge out into the world, lest a new madman be led to his aid.
And he stops talking, and he lets the silence go over the crowd as he takes another strong pull from his drink. Hey Tavern Goers! Thanks again for listening to Torchlit Tavern. Today's tale featured Mitchell Travis as Atheru, Jeffrey Lisk as Raesk, Ryan Santos as Number 9, and Jameson Oxford as the Dungeon Master. You can follow us and interact with us on Twitter at Torchlit Tavern, or email us with any of your most pressing questions at torchlittavern@gmail.com. You can also find our entertainers on the streets of twitch.tv/torchlittavern, yelling obscenities at passersby. If you enjoyed our tale, you can tip your storytellers as you leave the tavern, which you can do via patreon.com/torchlittavern. Every little bit helps, and those who tip well and often can find themselves privy to an extra story or two, jokes, or maybe even a bit of hidden lore. Our story continues to grow all the time, and though we have no designs on a vast empire, your help is always appreciated.
Our theme music for this campaign was designed by the bard, Brett Eagleston. Get his music at bretteagleston.bandcamp.com or find links for all his projects by following Bread Eagles on Twitter. This episode was edited and produced by Jameson Oxford and Ryan Santos. Other music and sound effects are provided by Epidemic Sound with help from freesound.org.
And if you should find yourself surrounded by eager ears and attentive listeners, remember to tell good stories.